Hey everyone, welcome to Movie Popcorn. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and gripping thrillers in cinema history, Old Boy, 2003, directed by Park Chan-wook. It's a movie filled with mystery, twists, and unforgettable moments. Old Boy begins with a man named Oh Dae-soo. It's the night of his daughter's birthday, and Dae-soo is out drinking with friends. After a few too many drinks, he steps out of the phone booth to call his wife, but he's suddenly kidnapped. He's dragged into a van and knocked unconscious. When he wakes up, he finds himself locked inside a small, windowless room. There's a bed, a TV, and a small bathroom. He has no idea why he's there or who's responsible. At first, Dae-soo struggles with his captivity. He tries to communicate with the outside world, but there's no response. He's completely isolated, and the only thing he can do is watch TV. He learns that his wife has been murdered, and this news leaves him shocked and devastated, but he still doesn't understand the reason behind his abduction. The question that stays in his mind is, why was I chosen for this? Over the next 15 years, Dae-soo is held in this room. The routine is simple, food is passed to him through a small door in the wall. He doesn't know what's going on outside, and he can't make contact with anyone. He spends his days pacing around a small room, doing push-ups to stay fit, and watching the TV, which is his only source of information about the world. Time becomes distorted, and he starts to forget what's real and what's not. As time goes on, Dae-soo's mind begins to play tricks on him. He tries to escape several times but fails every time. Slowly, he becomes more focused on one goal, finding out who imprisoned him. He keeps a journal of everything he can remember about his life before being locked away, which helps him piece together some important details about his past. Then, one day, something unexpected happens. Dae-soo wakes up to find that he's being released from his prison. No one tells him why, but he's given new clothes. His first thought is to find the person who kept him locked up for so long and get revenge. He doesn't know who was behind it, but he's determined to find them. He leaves the room, and the world outside feels completely different. It's overwhelming for him. Dae-soo doesn't have much to work with, just a cell phone and a small amount of money, but he has one clue: his only lead is a mysterious man named Lee Woo-jin. Dae-soo feels that Lee might know something about his imprisonment, so he begins his search for him. While looking for answers, Dae-soo meets Mito, a young woman who is kind-hearted and has a tough job as a chef. Mito is intrigued by Dae-soo's story and believes that he's not lying. She helps him by giving him food and supporting his search. As their relationship develops, she becomes his ally in the quest for answers. Mito listens to Dae-soo's story, and the two bond over their shared goal of uncovering the truth. Mito isn't just a side character, she plays a key role in helping Dae-soo and pushes him forward in his search for Lee Woo-jin. As Dae-soo starts to get closer to Lee Woo-jin, he discovers that Lee is not just some random person. Lee is a wealthy and powerful businessman, and his past might be connected to Dae-soo's. Dae-soo begins to investigate Lee's life, trying to learn more about him. At this point, we also learn that Lee Woo-jin has been watching Dae-soo for years, and this gives us the first hints that there's something bigger going on behind the scenes. Dae-soo follows Lee, and he starts to unravel the layers of his past. He finds out that Lee has been preparing for something that's much more complicated than just a simple revenge story. This sets up the tension for the rest of the film. Every step Dae-soo takes brings him closer to a truth that he isn't ready to face, but he can't stop himself from searching for answers. One of the most unforgettable scenes in Old Boy happens when Dae-soo is caught by a group of thugs. In a narrow hallway, Dae-soo is forced to fight these men, and what makes this scene so special is the way it's shot. There's a long, continuous take. No quick cuts, no flashy effects. Just Dae-soo fighting for his life against these men, trying to get to the truth. This scene is gritty, raw, and real, showcasing Dae-soo's determination. It's one of the most memorable moments in the movie, and it shows how far Dae-soo is willing to go to achieve his goal. The intensity of the scene builds up, and you can see just how desperate he's becoming to find out the truth. As Dae-soo gets closer to Lee Woo-jin, the past begins to resurface, and he starts to understand that his imprisonment wasn't random. It's all connected to a series of events that happened years ago. Dae-soo discovers that his own actions from the past played a huge role in why he was locked up for so long. This part of the movie is key, as it unravels the complex web of relationships, betrayal, and revenge that ties everything together. The story shifts from a simple search for vengeance to a much deeper look at the consequences of one's actions. Dae-soo begins to realize that the truth is not only painful but also far more complicated than he ever imagined. But as we approach the climax, Dae-soo uncovers the final piece of the puzzle. The true reason for his imprisonment is revealed in a shocking twist. Everything that seemed unclear before now makes sense, but it's not the resolution Dae-soo hoped for. The film takes us on a deep journey into the human psyche, questioning what we're willing to do for revenge and how far we'll go to right a wrong. In the final moments of the film, Daesung is forced to confront the full consequences of his past actions. The pain and regret that have built up over the course of the movie come to a head, and we see how everything has led to this point. The film ends on a note that leaves the audience thinking long after the credits roll. Oldboy is a powerful story about the dangers of vengeance, the weight of past mistakes, and the lengths to which one will go to seek redemption. It's a dark and twisted story about revenge, secrets, and consequences. The movie's direction, performances, and the way it weaves together its complex narrative make it one of the best thrillers of all time. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you check it out, but be ready for an intense ride. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth movie explanations.